What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, sports journalist here at Ballard Sports Media. Hope everyone's having a good start to their Saturday. We are 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Figured I'd go ahead and get the show started. As you see by the title today, we are talking how many close games can we have this week? We've had some blowouts, we've had a lot of good games, we've had some upsets. We've had everything and anything and everything, however you want to put it, so far this year in college football. And it's, oh my gosh, it's so fun to see. I love this season so far. I got to talk about a game from last night, and we'll also look at some games for today as well. When you look at teams such as Ole Miss going to Oklahoma, going to Norman, 5.5 point spread, Oklahoma. We'll talk about it. South Florida, Memphis should be a good one. Indiana, how much do they win by against UCLA? And Nico, Georgia Tech hosting Syracuse. Can they remain unbeaten? We'll talk about that. Vandy, Missouri, Auburn, Arkansas. A lot of good SEC games for sure that we want to watch today. I'll be at work until about 6 o'clock tonight, but is what it is. We'll keep an eye on it. I won't be live for any games. I think I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty much done with this whole trying to stream reactions to football games. I will make videos throughout the games and do halftime analysis at night when I can. Um, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying that calling games is not for me, but I think doing it on my own it is definitely a challenge. And I know what you're thinking. Just get someone to come on and call it with you. I don't know who to get. I really don't. But it is what it is. So we got the kickoff lounge here. Um, let me go ahead and drop that StreamYard link. We'll get you guys on. I can only be on until, let me see. I could go for 2 hours. I could go for 2 hours. I'm about 20 minutes away from work. I got to be there at 10. So let me drop that StreamYard link for you guys. Love and appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk some football. We go to last night. We go to Friday. Virginia Tech finally getting a victory in the ACC. I guess they already had one, but it's it's not much. 2-2 in ACC play, 3-5 overall on the season. They top the California Golden Bears 42-34. Let's look at it. I watched a little bit of this game last night and then I went to bed, but uh 42-34 final in double overtime, and they outscore 15-7. It was tied at 28. Or no, I'm sorry, it was tied at 27. Obviously, you have to go for two. Um, Double overtime after both teams tie it up. You get to double overtime, you got to go for two, and they got it and won. Kyron Drones, who I think is a really good quarterback this year for Virginia Tech. He's been a good quarterback the last couple years. Um, 9 of 18, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not bad. 119 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was 50% on his completions. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks like Kyron Jones that would kill to have that. Um, the quarterback for Cal, what's his first name again? Let me see. Jaron Kayawi. We'll call him Jaron. How about that? Saga Polutele. Okay. Uh, 24-39, a touchdown, no picks for him, 286 through the air. This is a pretty good day. I mean, think about how explosive offenses are. Cal has one of those this year for sure, and they had one this year or last night. I would say they had. Well, yeah, they have one this year, but even last night having 286 through the air is just something amazing. Um, Now, granted, Virginia Tech's defense not that good. The team itself not that good. Um, But yeah, I mean, it was yeah, this was a good game to watch. I did watch some highlights before I got on the air, and Virginia Tech played pretty fast there towards the end. They struggled a lot in this game. Both teams did on their respective sides, like defense and offense. But you know, it was 20-10 at the half. Then it was tied at 20 going into the fourth, and then tied at 27. You go to overtime, 15-7 and double OT. And Virginia Tech, I want to know why they were favored in this game. I mean, I know they got rid of Brent Pry, but holy cow, why are they favored? Because they got a new head coach? I guess. But yeah, that's pretty good though. They held on to time of possession. They were 1 of 1 on fourth downs, 8 of 16 on third down, 10 penalties for 79 yards, 24 first downs, one turnover, 476 in yardage. It's pretty darn good. Uh 53,000 over that in attendance. So, love to see it. I know this is a football show. I also want to talk about the World Series and where we're at with that. Good game last night uh, for Toronto. So, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk the World Series. We'll look into that, and then we'll look and double check our pick'ems for this week. If you watched the show this week with me and my girlfriend, Ballard and Babe, we made some picks there and talked about some of these games. Here we are on Saturday, and it's time to talk a little bit more and just be upfront and final with our picks. But I do want to talk about this 11-4. Toronto leads the World Series now with game one, coming away with a victory 11-4 over the defending champs, the Dodgers, who were looking to go back to back. I think Toronto, oh my gosh, they're so good. 94 wins on the season, 54 and 27 at home. They they had 9 runs alone in the bottom of the 6th inning. They had 2 in the 4th. That's 11. They had 14 hits. I mean, they just went off. 14 hits, 11 runs, and 9 of them came in the 6th. That you can't write that. You can't make this up. You just can't. 14 hits for Toronto, 3 home runs, 23 total bases, and 5 runners left on base. The Dodgers, 6 hits, 1 homer, 9 total bases, and 7 left on base. This was at Toronto, by the way. And if you know the World Series and how it operates, the next game, game two, which I believe is either tonight or tomorrow, it should be at Dodger Stadium. So looking forward to it. Don't want to spend too much time on this, but 11-4 Toronto in game one. And let's double check the schedule. Game two is set tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Fox. Um, actually, it's at Toronto. I thought they alternated every game. Although then again, that would be a lot of travel. So it's back in Toronto again. It does favor the Dodgers in terms of a 57% chance to win on the ESPN matchup predictor. So I might have to watch that a little bit tonight. I know we'll have some football on, but it should be a good one. Looking forward to it. Hit that StreamYard link if you want to call in and be a part of the show. We got a couple people watching. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Love and appreciate you guys. Let's pull up today's college football schedule and we'll look at some of these games today um, for Saturday. Let's go. All right. Where are we at? So we start at noon with Indiana UCLA on Fox, Georgia Tech, Syracuse at Georgia Tech at noon on ESPN. Oklahoma Ole Miss, we talked quite a bit about the other day. 12 p.m. on ABC. ACC Network has number 16 Virginia going to Chapel Hill. Chapel Bill? Bill Belichick's still there at North Carolina somehow. 2-4, but 14th in the ACC. Can they get a conference victory? They have not won since week 3 when they blew out Richmond 41-6. Now they were able to keep it close last week with Cal. Um, they play Virginia today at noon, and then they go at Syracuse next week on Halloween. Uh, Friday? Is that a Friday? I believe so. Yeah. So that'll be next Friday on Halloween. They have a game at Syracuse. I'm gonna have to do something on Halloween for some football. We got to, right? We just got to. Okay, so North Carolina, Virginia, South Florida, Memphis. This will be fun. Is Memphis? Both teams are 6-1. However, the Bulls are 3-0 in the American Conference. They've yet to lose a conference game. Memphis is 2-1 in conference play. USF goes to Memphis, favored by 6.5. A noon game on ESPN2. I like the Bulls. I got to go with the home team here. At least for me being in the Tampa area. The matchup predictor, interestingly enough, I didn't see this the other day. It is a 50-50 split. They don't know who's going to win. It could go either way. Byron Brown, terrific quarterback for South Florida. And then, of course, you got Brendan Lewis for Memphis, also terrific quarterback. Not close in yardage to Byron Brown, but he's got half the touchdowns, and both of them struggling with interceptions a little bit. Byron Brown with 5, Brandon Lewis at 4. So, do you trust Memphis's defense? I think that's a good question. They've looked pretty solid. They got 3.5 sacks for their leader Brumfield on the year, and then you got Drew Watts leads the team in tackles at 42, which is fun to see. So, very interesting games today, South Florida and Memphis, highlighting some of that. This isn't even. Here's the thing. That's not even the battle of the top uh, teams in the conference in the American. Navy is still unbeaten at 4-0 in conference play, 6-0 overall. They're the only undefeated team in the American. South Florida's second. So if the season ended today, you got Navy and South Florida. That'd be one heck of a game. Tulane, North Texas, and Memphis. Memphis is 2-1 in conference play. The reason why they're fifth is because North Texas is 3-1, and then Tulane's 3-0. And then, of course, we talk about South Florida being undefeated in conference play, and Navy with 4 wins at atop the conference. So, yeah, it's looking good in the American. It's funny. Like we talk so much crap about all the group of 5. Oh, they can't match up with the Power 5. I get it. I understand that. And I know that they're playing these lower level D3, D2, and then some of these Division 1 out of conference foes that are not Power 4 outside of maybe one game a year. But would you bet money on a team like Memphis or South Florida, like the winner of this game? Like could you see where they rematch in the American? The winner of that's probably going to be the highest group of 5 champ. Maybe they crack the top 12 and you get, or don't forget the straight seeding. One of those teams, if not both, gotta make the playoffs. But could you see a scenario where they run the table? I mean, are they that good? Is this just that weird '07 type year? I know we ended up with like LSU winning the Natty, but there's just so much chaos this year. It really is. You look at some of these other games too. Alabama, South Carolina, my Crimson Tide going on the road. South Carolina, good start to the season, but the last couple weeks kind of struggling a bit. Missouri at Vandy's a big one there in Nashville. I think that's where College Game Day is. Um, BYU, Iowa State, Illinois, Washington. So much to love, so much to see with this. NC State at Pittsburgh. I guess that could be a good one. Let's see what that's at. That's conference. 4-3 versus 5-2. NC State looking for their second ACC victory. 6.5 point spread. I mean, they expect it to be close. 67% chance for Pitt to win. So that's something right there. Let me pull this up. Yeah, this could be fun. This could be fun. If you're an ACC fan, I'm not saying I'm not an ACC fan. I'm a college football fan plus Alabama. Like I'll watch any football game. I just love the sport. The sport. But anytime you get Power Four versus Power Four, especially if it implicates the conference, like this one might, like if NC State wins this, um, I mean they could go 500 in ACC play today if they pull off a small upset. Pitt is still very much alive for the playoffs at 5-2, and very much alive for the ACC at 3-1. So I mean, if they win, it keeps their hopes alive, right? I mean, 10-2 teams make the playoffs and you win your conference, you're basically in, especially a power conference like the ACC. I mean, this is huge. This really is. I like Pitt in this one. I like Pitt. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, we talked about the other day. Where you see that here. Zoom out a little bit. Review the pick'ems. 10 out of 10 made. We are 38-30 on the year in our pick'ems for the ESPN College Pick'em. Um, we don't rank very high. 75% is good though. I just want to be above 500 this year. We got Oklahoma winning. This was something we did with my girlfriend the other day on the show. We did some pick'ems. So Oklahoma over Ole Miss. I'm not changing these, by the way. South Florida over Memphis. Vandy over Missouri. Iowa State over BYU. Washington, Illinois. Iowa, Minnesota. Fresno State over San Diego State. Cincinnati over Baylor. LSU over A&M. North Dakota State over South Dakota State. What else? Oh, the tiebreaker. 59 total points in Vandy, Missouri. Not the highest of games with scoring, but you know what? There'll be some points still. You know, it happens. It'll happen. It'll happen. Well, I say we did this with my girl the other day. We did. I mean, we looked at it, but I pretty much locked these in on the touchdown show this week, actually. So there's that. There's that. Right. I guess I ran out of stuff to talk about. I didn't really prep for this show too much. I need to do a better job at that of coming up with my own stuff. I know, but I don't know, work and everything, it gets busy, and I don't always have the time. Plus, I do this so early; it's like I don't have time to prep in the morning. I know what you're thinking. Oh, prep when you get home. I just want to spend time with family when I get home, man. Okay. What could we look at? Oh, here's something we can react to here. Let's look at this. Go to ESPN.com here. We look at this article from Billy Tucker, re-ranking college football's top freshmen after 2 months of the season. Let's check this out. What do y'all think? Um, I haven't really paid much attention to some of the freshmen out there. I know last year, obviously, it was like the Ryan Williams show and stuff, and um, you had, I guess, you had some quarterbacks out there. I'm drawing a blank. I mean, you got this year. I mean, you got Bryce Underwood. You got him. But they start out here. So midway through the season, the top 15, Malachi Tony for Miami, Malik Washington of Maryland, the quarterback, who's highly recruited, Bear Bachmeier, quarterback for BYU. I didn't even know he was a freshman, um, but I know he's good. Bryce Underwood comes in at 4. That Saga Polutele, quarterback for Cal, Decorian Moore, Oregon, Michael Carroll, man, you talk about some of the guys up front for Alabama. He's been a beast. He's really been a beast for us. Um, he's from IMG Academy and all that. He was one of the top 5 stars coming out of high school this past year. He's 6'6", 321. He's been a big help for Ty Simpson this year. You can tell. Uh, Bo Jackson, not to be confused with the former Auburn running back. This is a running back though, a 4-star for Ohio State. Is from Ohio. Chose to attend Ohio State, even though he got a lot of blue chip offers from Georgia, Alabama, and company. I'm sure like LSU, Clemson offered him. Um, so he's the first Buckeye running back to run for more than 100 yards in each of his first 2 career games. He's 6 foot 217. Um, he is leading the team at 433 yards rushing so far this year, 6 yards a carry. He's fast too when you watch him. Who else we got here? Nate Shepard of Duke, Dontrell Glover, Brandon Finney. Anyone I recognize, because I don't keep up with recruiting as much as I used to. It's still fun. I like it, and hopefully we could go live on signing day this year on a Wednesday. But I don't know. Yeah, they ranked like top 15 freshmen here. Top 15. There's a lot more than that, I'm sure, but there's too many freshmen to actually rank. There, there's not really a whole lot playing. I mean, there is, but like it's so cool though. What I love about football is the people and the players in high school and everything, and the kids that want to grow up playing it. They take it so seriously, and that's great. But they love it. They just love the sport. And they're not afraid to get hit and stuff. I mean, it's the officials or whoever's making all the rules with targeting and stuff, which I could get the targeting, but like I've joked on here. I said, "Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if it goes to two-hand touch soon and blah 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 this and that." And I don't know. It's just cool to see the high schoolers wanting to play in college, wanting to get better. And we overuse the term generational talent because that's supposed to be like, oh, he's one in a million, he's one in a lifetime, you'll never see this again type of guy. But I feel like we're using it everywhere. We use it with Ryan Williams. We used it years ago with Trevor Lawrence. We use it now with Ty Simpson and how he's playing. I mean, I think some people even said it with Bo Nix after Trevor Lawrence got to college. I'm like, oh, y'all just said this guy was generational. Generations like every 10, 15, 20 years, but we're using it almost every year now. Like if he's a generational talent, like that would mean you're probably not going to see him. someone like him for another decade, bud. I don't know. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Where are we at? Uh, top 25. I'm not getting into the top 25. I mean, I'll say this: Ohio State's the number one team. Um, Ole Miss is down after the loss. Alabama, everyone's moving up a few spots. Georgia Tech's in the top 10. New to the rankings, Louisville 19. Illinois 23, Arizona State 24, Michigan 25. All of them 5-2, except Louisville's 5-1. So there you go. There you go. Where are they at? Oh, SEC Nation's in Norman today. So for Ole Miss and Oklahoma. That's really going to be a fun game. I got Oklahoma there locked in on the pick 'em, but I don't know. I don't know. This is make or break too for the SEC title race. I mean, you got Lane Kiffin, Brent Venables. You got an offense and defensive guy going head to head. 5.5 point spread for Oklahoma to be favored. 55% chance to win. It's in Norman at noon today. I mean, can we see a rematch between these two teams? Sure. But Alabama's still got to play Oklahoma. I mean, there's so many options wide open for the SEC title. Georgia's still alive. Bama, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M. I guess Texas still has a chance, but they need a lot of help, and they can't screw up anymore on their part. I think they got 2 conference losses already. They're done. They got to play Georgia later anyway. They're done. Sorry, Sarkeesian. I love Sark, but like, gosh, it's not their year. A year where I picked them preseason, like, oh, with everything returning with Arch and everything, they might be a title favorite. No, no, no. I take everything I said in the off season. I take it back about Texas. I take it back. I was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Now they did beat Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma's lone loss. But that's a rivalry game, man. Anything happens there. They're still not any good. Gosh. Vandy and Missouri. Vandy and Missouri today. They're still alive. Okay, so let's pull this up. Let's go to the SEC. Let's talk about the SEC and who's still alive for the SEC title. I mean, I know we don't talk about title games as much anymore, and you just need to hit a certain number of wins now for the 12-team playoff, but look at this. I'm going to zoom in. A&M leads the conference at 4-0. Forget overall record. Talk about the teams that are still available for it. I'm looking at A&M. I'm looking at Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas. Keep in mind there's 16 teams here. Missouri, Oklahoma, Vandy. Let's say that was it. I got 18. You got more than. Well, no, you got exactly half. Exactly half the SEC, maybe more if you want to give LSU a little bit of a chance, and Tennessee. Florida's 2-2 in conference play. They're not going to do anything. Half of the conference is ranked. So, and half of them pretty much have a chance. So, who do you take? Who do you take? Oh, overtime NBA last night. Spurs 120, Pelicans 116. We might not be on here too much longer. We'll see. Mm, so the Sun Belt, who we got? James Madison against either Troy or Southern Miss. Let's go Trojans. And shout out Sippy Sports Show. Southern Miss to the dog on top. I ain't seen him in a while, but I hope he's doing well. Notre Dame's 5-2, UConn 5-2. Big Ten. What about the Big Ten? Well, no divisions in the Big Ten, but you got about three ranked teams at the top that could still make it into the Big Ten title. Northwestern's still alive. USC, Iowa, Michigan. God, I hope the Big Ten just goes off, man. I hope some of these upsets happen because I would love. How funny would it be if you got like an Indiana, Iowa, Ohio State, like if Iowa or Michigan made it, which they're good teams, but like, uh, I mean, you just want to see some chaos. I mean, watch the Big Ten. Speaking of Iowa, I need them to hit 7 wins. No, 8 wins. I need them to win 3 games, 3 of their last few games. I need you guys to beat Minnesota today. You're not going to beat Oregon, and you might not get a USC, but if you could get Minnesota, Michigan, and Nebraska, I will win a bet against Uncle Lou. I only bet him $10, but whatever. I said over 7.5. I said I'm high on Iowa, and I think they're looking good so far. I mean, they got wins over Wisconsin and Penn State and Rutgers in the Big Ten, but I mean, I know those are like Penn State's not looking very good. Obviously, they fired James Franklin, but I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I want to keep an eye on some of these games the next couple weeks for Iowa. I went ahead and paid Lou. He's just got to pay me back. I did that back in what? April? I did that in April. I paid him. So it is Halloween week. Saban's birthday coming up on Halloween. I don't really celebrate Halloween. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I don't care. But I see it as Saban's birthday. Yeah. Let's see. Mm, we talked about this one. This was a good game last night. Anyone else play? Boise State got Nevada, North Texas, Montana, bunch of small schools here. It happens. It is what it is. So, yeah. Tomorrow on the channel, we are gonna try to go live. I scheduled it for 1. It might be later, it might be earlier, I don't know. Do have a date with my girl. We're gonna try to do another show tomorrow for you guys. We'll be in person together, so we'll try. I put it for 1 o'clock, but bear with us. Like, I'll let you know if I need to change it later or not. I will, but when we get a chance, we'll do it. We'll try to do a show. So I don't like that. I accidentally clicked on shorts on YouTube. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. How good is Stanford doing, though? I mean, Miami's number 9. They're talking about that game tonight in the ACC, but how good is Stanford? I haven't even looked. I know Miami's got 1 loss. We got chaos so far, but, you know. Who was it? Louisville beat them? See what Stanford's up to, though. They're doing no. I mean, they're doing good in ACC play, but they're below 500. They're 3 and 4. Yeah. Anyway, that's probably gonna do it, for today's show. I know we don't really have much watching. Many of you we got a couple people, though. Haven't seen any comments, no callers so far, but it's fine. I just love talking football with you guys. If you watched it back, thank you. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if anything helps the channel out. It's free and easy to do. Even even Tennessee fans have figured it out, so how to use the like button and everything. Even Auburn fans have figured it out, I'm sure. So, yeah. Now I'm just trolling. I love all you guys. I don't care who your team is. It's just business and trash talk at the end of the day, so. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll get out of here. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. Roll Tide. And we'll see you next time here on the Christian Ballard Show and Ballard Sports Media.